Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Hey everyone, welcome to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Mac.
And I'm Zach.
And today, in honor of Mother's Day this past weekend, we're going to be talking about each of our mothers' top 5 favorite games.
Yeah, some of these are games that we've played since getting more into the hobby, while a few of these other ones are ones that we played probably with our mothers before we got into the hobby, maybe as we were younger.
Yeah, they're not maybe big into gaming, but they do try our hobby, and some games have stuck with them from even before we were in this. So, should we just jump into it?
Sure.
All right, so my mom, Linda, her number 5 game is Golf the Card Game. And this game is one where you draw out, I think there are a couple variations as a card game. So you just have a normal deck of cards and you draw out, I think it's 6 cards, and you slowly flip cards or take cards from the draw deck to try and get matches, and then the first one to kind of match them all out.
And once you have the first one, once someone flips them all over, then the other people just have to flip
Yeah,
over,
and you're just trying to get the lowest score as in normal golf, and you also play, I think, 9 or 18 rounds or holes on the game. So, it's a good card game. It's actually one I really like. I'm terrible at it for some reason, but I do like it. So, I was kind of surprised to see this on my mom's list, because we haven't played it in a long, long time, but I think she might play it with some of her friends that she goes camping with. So.
Yeah, this is one that I haven't played all that often. I think I've played it a couple times, but yeah, I couldn't really tell you that much about the game. But I do like golf outside of the sport of golf, so I'm sure the game is really good.
All right, what's your mom's number 5?
My mom's number 5 is Phase 10, which
the card game or the dice version?
I think she likes both, but I think she also uses an app.
Oh.
So I think that makes it go a little bit faster, and you use AI opponents, so it's all kind of a lot quicker. You don't have to shuffle between each time and whatnot. But yeah, I would say this was one that I did play when I was younger. This one and like Uno and stuff. And I definitely liked it when I was younger, and it got me into gaming. But now at this point, after playing so many other games, it is one that I think doesn't really hold up. It can be a fun game, but you need to do something to make it a shorter game. Otherwise, it can go on for a long, long time, which is what some of the problem that some of those older games can have. That I used to find as fun when I was young, but now you're like, okay, I'm doing the same thing that I've done for the last 45 minutes, and we're only halfway through the game.
Yeah, I actually didn't play this game until I met you, and so I thought it was really fun at first, and I still do like it from time to time, but I agree, it can be a little much sometimes.
Number 4.
So my mom has the game Karuba as her number 4. So this was a board game that was introduced to us by our friends, and then we introduced to our families. And so this is one my mom really likes. You're running through the jungle, placing tiles, trying to pick up crystals and gold on your way to the temple and earn points.
Yeah, and I think this one is one that my mom has played a couple times and likes as well. But yeah, it's definitely one of those that is a little simpler, a little easier to get into, which is nice. But it's not like some of the other ones that may be on this list that go on and on and on and on. Yeah. So that
and it's really quick too, so you can play multiple games, and I think she likes that aspect of it. And I think this one is kind of suited to her mind. It's also suited to my mind. It's kind of peaceful to lay the tiles, kind of figure out where to go. It doesn't always work out, but it is kind of just a very focused goal. So. So what's your mom's number 4?
So my mom's number 4 is cribbage, which is actually a game she introduced to me when I was probably like
B-boy.
only 9 or 10 years old.
Oh. And
so I've played it for quite some time, and it's one that I still actually really enjoy.
I can't remember the rules to it.
It's pretty simple. You're just trying to make 15s and runs and pairs.
It's a lot of math.
A lot of math. It's not that much math, but
no.
there can be some luck to getting the right cards for sure, and having things go your way. If your crib ends up having extra points or doesn't, can kind of affect the outcome. All of a sudden, you just randomly throw a king and queen in there, and your opponent throws a queen and jack. That's definitely a lot better than if you throw, I don't know, 2 5s in there, and then your opponent throws a 9 and a 2. I'm just off the top of my head, something that doesn't really go with what you threw in there, and that can definitely affect it. But I'm sure there's probably cribbage players out there that say, well, you can get past that and whatnot. And I don't know if it's one where the better player will always win or more experienced.
That is our experience.
Well, I mean, if you've played it like a decent amount, if both players have played it a decent amount,
sure.
Maybe.
What's the match between you and Taylor?
I don't know.
Do you see? I know you have Zach has 3 cribbage boards in this house, but you guys have one at home. Does your mom play with Jessie?
Mm-hmm. I think. Well, she probably has.
Or online.
Multiple at home as
Oh.
well. But yeah, it's a game. It's a game that I still really do enjoy, and I can see why she would enjoy it.
Nice. I don't think my mom's played cribbage, but she has played her number 3, which is Skip-Bo. I think Taylor introduced this one to me at a New Year's Eve thing a couple years ago, and I'd never heard of it before. It was told to me that it was an old people's game, but I honestly don't know that because I don't see any old people playing it. It was our young friend who taught it to me, so I don't know if I believe that, but it's a pretty simple game where you have a hand and you have a pile of cards in front of you, and then you have a draw deck and they're face down so you can't see them, and you slowly get to turn them over as you try and lay them on the playing area. I guess I would say kind of like if you've ever played Kings in the Corners type style laying pattern. And so first person to get through that pile is the winner.
Yeah, through their own deck.
Yeah. So I was kind of surprised that this was on my mom's top 5 because I think my dad notoriously wins at this game, and I think they played a lot. So yeah, I was kind of surprised. It's a decent game. I don't mind playing it every now and again, but yeah, I was just kind of surprised.
Yeah, I think my mom had mentioned this one too as one that she liked, but for me, this is another one that I think has kind of lost its luster since that time that he showed us that game, because I hadn't played it until then either. But yeah, in my mind, if everyone plays the game exactly how you're supposed to play, it's already predetermined who's going to win.
Yes,
So
my mathematical-minded husband is like, this game's predetermined, doesn't matter what I do.
But tell me if I'm wrong. I probably am wrong, but if someone has a deck where it's like, oh, they flip this over and it's a Skip-Bo Wild or whatever, and then they got a 5, 6, 7, they're going to do a lot better than someone who goes, well, I got a 2. Now I've got the 11.
You could get stuck on the next one just as easily.
You could. But a lot of the games I've played of this, it seems like one player will have a deck that's kind of like, did they shuffle that or did they just put that all in a run? And then I'll look at my deck and I go back and forth and no chaining at all.
He just loses on this one, so.
That's true. So maybe that's why.
Yeah. All right, let's hear your mom's number 3.
My mom's number 3, I believe she said Sushi Go Party. It's probably Sushi Go Party and possibly like Sushi Roll.
Oh.
I think she likes both of those, so it could be either one. And that's obviously a game that we've introduced to her since. But it can be similar to a lot of the, I don't know, other Uno, not similar to Uno. It's similar to other games where you're trying to, I don't know. It's easy enough to understand when you're looking at how to score things.
Yeah.
For most of the different card types and whatnot. Like, I don't know, the set collection and I don't know.
The card drafting, set collection. He also feels like this one is almost predetermined.
No, in a 2-player game.
Okay.
In a 2-player game, if you're doing Sushi Go Party, it can be predetermined. If both players know exactly the best ways to score, you will know who's going to win the round before if you have a good memory and you know the cards and both players know what cards are in each hand, then it is predetermined. Yeah, it can be.
Can be. Have we taught my mom this one? I know we've taught her sushi roll, but not go part. Have we taught her go party? I don't know, but if we did, I don't think it was a hit. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if she played it or if she just played sushi roll and then we haven't tried that with her or not. I can't remember.
But yeah.
But I think it's a pretty good one. It's very similar to the sushi roll. And I would highly recommend it for, any of those or these new type of games like Karuba or Sushi Go Party that our moms are willing to play and say are on their top favorite games I would highly recommend them if you're looking for games to play.
Collection.
Yeah, especially if you want to try to bring in other family members that may not be as into games that are modern, might look a little scary at first.
Yeah, these ones are definitely welcoming games, I think. Okay, my mom's number 2 is Quacks of Quedlinburg. So this one kind of caught me off guard. I mean, it's not a hard game. You just have to kind of make sure you're working with the chips out in front of you and, drawing them out, thinking it through kind of thing. But other than that, it's kind of luck-based. So I think we just taught this one to my mom on a whim one time because we were like, oh, let's just try this one. You just got to draw chips out of a bag and it's fine. So, but now, lately, it's been the staple and she wants to play it, like, every time we get together. And so it's just crazy because I would not have thought that it would have gone off so well, but she really loves it, and I think that's really cool that she likes the Spiel des Jahres of 2018.
The Kinderspiel.
Kinderspiel, sorry.
So it's actually the Gamers Game. So
the Gamers Game, look at her!
That's what surprises me even more because it is, I wouldn't say that's like, even though what I just said about like Sushi Ghost, I wouldn't necessarily say that the Quacks of Quedlinburg is one that I would highly recommend to.
It's maybe not as welcoming.
Yeah. There's some aspects of it that could be difficult to understand.
Yes, and it has many replayability options. We've kind of been taking it slow and just kind of playing kind of the same piece or the same opportunities for chips, just because it's a different world and she doesn't get to play it like all the time. So if that's what she understands and what she likes, then that's fine. So
yeah,
and it's nice that you can customize it like that.
Right, for sure. But yeah, otherwise, unlike some of these other ones that I've said have been pretty luck-based, the luck-basedness in this one, I really enjoy myself.
Oh, yes.
Because you have input into how that can happen.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can still be really bad and you pull all the white ones, like I believe your mom has the past couple times. Not been quite as lucky.
She's
so
not
maybe
had good luck.
Pretty soon Skippo is going to go back up to the top.
We'll see how long this one stays on the list. Yeah.
My mom at number 2 has Coloretto, which is a game I haven't played that much.
Yeah.
But my brother has played it with her quite a bit, and I think my dad has played it as well. It's kind of one, I would say it's probably one of the top ones that she plays of the newer games. So what you do in it is you are trying to draft different colored iguanas.
No, it's chameleon. They change colors.
Come. So what you're trying to do is draft certain ones of those for a specific amount of points. And what you have to do, what I believe you do, is you pull them from the top and then add them to one of however many stacks, depending on the number of players. Yes. And then during your turn, you can either do that or you can take one of the stacks. And you only want like a certain amount of colors. I think like 3 colors, and then or 2 or 3 colors, and then anything over that you start losing points. So there's a little bit of press your luck there. If you keep adding to the things, then you start adding ones that you don't want, but you may be trying to get one more red or purple or whatever color it may be. I think it's one that I enjoy. I'm actually surprised that we don't play it more, but I don't know if you like the game.
I mean, I think it's good, but it's kind of like a devil's choice game for me. Like, if I take this one, then I get it. If I don't take this one, then he gets it. And so that kind of logic just, grinds my brain to a halt. And so it's good. And I do like playing it the times we've played, but I'm not efficient at it at all. And Zach's brain works so much better with puzzling that one out than mine, because I'm literally just like, I just need this card, and I have a hard time being like, wait, Zach needs these cards. Is there any way I can use these cards in order to do something, stop him, while also giving myself points? More often than not, I end up making the wrong choice every time. So
do you played Kanagawa?
Yes.
Maybe only once or something.
I've only
Did
played
you
Kanagawa.
like that? Because it's sort of similar.
I need more plays before I decide. It's the same
It's got a
style,
similar
and I would
aspect
say
of
that I
drafting
have
the cards.
a very same feeling about that one. But I have been known to change my opinions about games to the more positive side after quite a few more plays. So.
Well, that's another one. It's another one that I like. I should probably play it more.
Yeah.
Because it's a very
with your
short
mom too.
Yeah.
She'd probably like that.
one.
Instead of all these crazy farming games we throw
Oh, yeah.
out.
That's what you call them. Pioneer games.
Oh gosh. Okay, my mom's number one is not a surprise at all. She put 5 crowns. So this is a card game where you have 5 suits of cards, and you essentially are looking for sets and runs each time you play.
Ace through king.
It's 2 through.
Was it 2?
It's 2 through king or something.
I haven't played this one very much.
Yeah, and then essentially you play 13 rounds, and you're just trying to get. It's kind of like, it's not phase 10 where you get stuck, I don't think, but you are just trying to win the current round.
But it has a similar feel to phase 10.
But I like this one better than phase 10, I think, just because there's only. In phase 10, you have to do certain things, and in this one, it's always sets and runs. It's just sets and runs. So I like that it's that, because it seems more attainable. You don't get stuck anywhere. You're just running up, and that's the game. So it can be fast sometimes. If everyone's kind of moving, it can be slow sometimes if you're just hanging out and having fun. And I actually really like playing this one with my mom. It's not one I get to play often, or it's not something we play on our own. And so if my mom wants to play it, I'm fine doing that. I like it. It's kind of different than what we do, and it's kind of a break for my brain, because I need that sometimes.
Well, I personally don't need that. And I'm sure it's a good game for her and for you, but it's definitely not one that's for me. It's very similar to these other ones.
Yeah.
So.
I know.
It's.
He has made his feelings on this game abundantly clear to me.
And not saying that makes it a bad game or anything, but.
No.
But when you play that with her,
yeah.
I'll try something else.
I think we made it abundantly clear throughout our videos that there's a game out there for everyone. And some people might not always like the same games, but that's the beauty of all of these games behind us.
But yeah, and also, if you have played like phase 10 or something and are looking for something different, maybe that's another card or another game that you could try.
Yeah.
Well, my mom's number one is actually Taboo, which I think it is probably one of your favorite games. Maybe not favorite, but it's
party games.
One of your favorite party games. I think she just enjoys something about the trying to come up with additional words or hints or clues that aren't on that card to get people to guess the different things.
Yeah.
And it's one of those games, like I think another one that she probably likes is Just One.
Oh.
So it's kind of one of those games where you can kind of just decide how long you want to play it. So it doesn't ever feel like, oh, we have to play this for, like some of those other ones for an hour, 2 hours, whatever it takes to get through the game.
Yep.
This one, you can go 2 rounds around the table, or 3, or 4, or, whatever time permits, or whenever you get sick of it. It's, I don't know, some people might say it's more of like an activity. I could see that. But I think it's another one that I do enjoy as well. It just kind of changes things up a little bit. Yeah. I think I prefer Just One. But
yeah, I mean, I think I probably
prefer
Just One now. For a long time, though, like, I don't know, taboo wasn't something we played. It was taboo. We didn't play it. And so when I was introduced to it, I just loved it because at the time, I think that I can't even remember when I first played this, but I was a little bit of a vocabulary junkie when I was younger. I love new words and understanding words and stuff like that, so it was really fun for me because it was like, I know this word, but it also is not very fun because a lot of people have no idea what certain words mean, so that's not cool. But I actually was obsessed with it ever since I saw, it was Four Christmases, I think it was, with Reese Witherspoon and Vince Vaughn. And in one of the scenes, they're playing Taboo with one of the family members, and you wouldn't think they'd be good at Taboo, but they had like a personal story, so when they were playing, she could just say, chicken, and he'd be like, oh, that episode of whatever, or something like that, and so they rapid fired them, and I was like, if this is not my life with my spouse, I don't want it. So,
well, we haven't actually played it in a while, so maybe we'll never know.
Well, his mom, I told him I told his mom quite a few Christmases ago that I didn't have Taboo when I really liked playing it, and she ordered me 2 different copies of it. So,
an old version and a newer version.
I know, and we never play with her, so now I feel bad, and we'll have to play with her next time because she got these games. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Other than that, I think one that she mentioned as one that she likes is Silver and Gold. Mm-hmm. That's a flip and right game, which
I like that one.
Really simple, really, really fast.
Yeah.
That's another one that I'd add to that list of games that you could probably get for pretty much anyone. And it's pretty easy to understand.
Oh yeah, that's what I'd shove in my backpack if we're going to be on a plane or something.
Yeah, it's a small box.
My mom had a couple of honorable mentions. She mentioned Sushi Roll, which she's pretty good at, and she really liked that one. I'm kind of surprised we haven't played it more. Do we even have it here? It might not be here, so that's maybe why we haven't played it. Another one she mentioned was Splendor. So, for a long time there, I think her and my mom and dad were obsessed with, her and my mom and dad. She and my dad were obsessed with it. I think they were playing Splendor quite a bit, and she wins. Quite a bit. I think her and my dad have some pretty healthy standoffs on that game, and so I was kind of surprised she liked that one. That's probably not one I would have picked to introduce her to, but you know, people are surprising, and I think it's great that she likes maybe more of a getting a gateway game feel there. You know, more of a into the series board game area. Mm-hmm. And the last one she mentioned was Blossoms, which is a flower picking game, I would say, and I don't think we played that in a while, but you just flip a card and build a flower. So, really nice.
Yeah. So, those are some of the games that our moms really enjoy.
Yeah.
They may not be games that, if we play together, we may not pick all of those, considering we have probably way more options than they have for board games, but if you were looking for possible games that you could play with either of your parents probably, or whoever in your life, some elder, or whoever, these might be some good options.
Yeah. We love our moms, and we really love that they try and enjoy our hobbies with us, and like we've kind of mentioned throughout, games are stuff that they played with us when we were younger, like Candyland and stuff. So some of where we are today is because of that and that time spent with us. So we think it's great anytime we can play games with our moms, and especially the ones they like, because we play these all the time.
So let us know what games you play with your mom or other parents, and leave them in a comment below.
Got any questions for our moms? Maybe we'll ask them and answer you down in the comments below.
Not sure that they'll come on camera, but
I don't think we're going to be able to do that, but we can get back to you if you have a question for one of our moms. Thanks for watching, guys, and
keep on nibbling.